Hi everyone, this is a review of one-pagers for those of you who are not familiar with them or those that just want to review or maybe want to see some examples or hear the directions one more time. So what is a one-pager? It is one strategy for responding to a reading and demonstrating your learning creatively. A one-pager is a single-page response to your reading and learning experience. It's a way of making your own unique meaning of what you have read. You can think of it as a collage of your learning. And it is the most important takeaways from a text. So the most important ideas that you took away from your reading. Here's some examples of one-pagers. So there's many different ways that you can create them. I know I have some really artistic examples up here, but you don't have to be an artist to have a good final product. So two examples. This one looks like it's on the topic of The Outsiders, which is a response to maybe the whole novel or maybe a chapter of a novel. This one looks like it might be from perhaps an economics class. I'm not sure. I didn't read all the way through. Science example here. Several other examples here. This looks like it has some history related topics, maybe maybe this is also based on some history texts. This looks like another history topic. Again, another really artistic one. Just some examples though to show you some of the different formats you can use. A couple more. Okay, so now that you've seen some examples, here's some guidelines to remember when you're creating your one-pager. You should be using unlined paper. Now, if you don't have any unlined paper at home, it's understandable. Use what you have, but typically that's what would be provided to you if you were to be creating a one-pager. You should fill the entire page, make it colorful. You shouldn't leave any white space unless it's a part of your illustration. So if it has to do somehow with a picture that you're drawing for your one-pager, then it's okay. Be creative. Try to use a variety of text, a variety of designs, different pictures, lots of color. I've said that before. And follow the checklist provided by your teacher. So there's lots of different ways to do one-pagers. In my class, I usually give a checklist to help you, to guide you what you need to put on your page, and that's what I'm going to show you here next. So for this week's one-pager, and this is typically what I ask of in my one-pagers in my classroom, here's what you need to include. So around the edges of your paper, you should have some sort of border. This border should be symbolic or significant, important to the topic that we are learning this week. So your topic this week is going to be the railroad and the impact of the railroad. So you want a border that has something to do with the railroad. 2 quotes. So this is where you're just pulling from the reading that you will have completed in step 1 of this assignment. Pull 2 quotes from the reading that you think are important, that stand out to you, and simply just write them down anywhere on the page. You can write them in different colors. You can use different writing style to make them stand out. You can do different sizes, but write your 2 quotes. Please don't forget to also include the page number. Visual illustrations. So I'm going to ask that you have at least 2 pictures. You should have one large visual image that's the central focus of your page. And again, it should be a significant one not just a sideline detail. Then you're going to add at least one other picture of any size. So border, 2 quotes, 2 pictures. Keywords, scatter 5 to 7 keywords or phrases around the image. I want you to define at least 3 of these terms. So there should be 3 vocabulary related words, and then the rest can be words that express your impressions of the text, your feelings of the text, your thoughts of the text, okay? If you have extra white space and you want to do more than 5, you can do more than 5. Personal statement, this is just your personal response to the reading. So what is your opinion of this reading? A final thought that you took away from the reading, a big question, something that the reading makes you still question or wonder, or any sort of personal connection that you have to the reading. And then 2 questions and answers that are related to the reading. Please don't forget to answer your questions. You're writing the question and you're answering the question, okay? And those of you that have been working this year on level 2 and 3 questions throughout the school year, I encourage you to make your questions those higher level questions, level 2 or level 3. And that means when you answer the questions, you might have your own personal opinion in there because they're inference-based, so that is okay as well. So, keywords, personal statement, 2 questions and answers. Your topic this week is the impact of the railroad. I said that earlier. When you create your one-pager this week, you can create it by hand. If you want to do it on your own paper, colored pencils, markers, all that, whatever you have at home, you can create it by hand and then just upload a picture of your finished product to Google Classroom. Or I'm also attaching to this week's assignment a digital template, and if you want to try and do a digital one-pager, you can open up the template and you can work on creating it that way. It is up to you. I don't care what version you turn in. It's completely up to you. This next slide, however, is an example of a digital one-pager, which typically we don't do, but because we're home and you're on the computer, a lot of you are on computers, I'm giving you this option. So here's a digital example of a one-pager, and I'm just going to kind of point out the things that are on your checklist for you. So title, this example is using last week's topic, the Navajo Long Walk. So here's my title, here's my 2 questions, and here I wrote a question and I answered it. Question 2, here's my question, here's my answer. 2 quotes, quote number 1, here's my page number. Quote number 2, here's my page number. My personal statement, okay, this is my response to the reading and the topic. My key terms, so I have 3 that I've defined. Reservation, here's the definition. Scorched earth policy, definition. Assimilate, definition. And then 2 other words that I don't have to define. Tragic, injustice, words that relate to this topic. 2 pictures, okay, and I just searched for these online. Since I searched for them online and I've basically taken somebody else's image, I went ahead and I put the source here. I don't know what happened to the source here. I've got to find that and fix that, but that's something, a good idea to do. Give credit to where you're taking the picture from, please. And then the border, don't forget, around your page should be some sort of symbolic border. So for this one, I just searched for feet print on Google or clip art, something like that, and went ahead and duplicated this picture image, and I just went ahead and placed it all around the edge to be my symbolic border. So if you want to do the digital example, you will see something like this when you open up the template. You can change the coloring, you can reposition where things go. It's completely up to you. Or you don't have to do the digital template. You can do one on your own by hand. That is okay too.